Welcome to a live look at Connervale Park on a very special Here to Play night. We got a softball contest coming your way between the Humber Hawks and the Mohawk Mountaineers. My name's Adam Lucier. I'm here with my friend and broadcasting partner, Brendan Nichols. And Brendan, should be a fun night at the ballpark here as it's all rainbow everything.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm very much enjoying the foul lines and their multicoloredness. I think the game itself will be interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Humber can do. I mean, obviously they have far and away the strongest record of any other team, but hey, you can't count Mohawk out. They have some heavy hitters themselves. I think we can see some beautiful things from Shelby Hayward, Nicole Gaskin. I'm sorry.
And we'll make way for the PSAs here as we get the starting lineups and anthems coming up next.
And now here's the starters from Mountaineers, managed by Todd Dennison. Center number 3 is Shelby Hayward. Catcher number 8, Rob John. Shortstop number 13, Ellen Tyndale. First baseman number 9, Megan Byers. Catcher number 6, Wilson Vanderwood. Third baseman number 18, Maddie Brandt. The designated player number 12, Caleb Mitchell. The second baseman number 7, Emma Hordahl. The right fielder number 14, Cole Fowler. And the left fielder number 4, Megan Savoy. And now here are the starters for your Humber Hawks, managed by Jerome Holmes. Leading off the shortstop, number 3, Alexa Bessel. Second baseman, number 4, Megan Murphy. Pitcher number 8, Presley Buchanan. Right fielder number 9, Sarah Fitzgerald. Third baseman, number 17, Bree Oliver. The left fielder number 7, Dave Pastu. First baseman number 16, Dave Pasma. Catcher number 18, Taylor Reed. And the center fielder number 12, Hannah Miller. And please stand with your elbow and move your hat to the plane. Please, national anthem.
No, I know, but that's not enough.
So after lineups and anthems, we're ready to play ball here at Connervale. On the mound for the Humber Hawks, Presley Buchanan. No stranger to starting for this club. She's tied for the league lead with Megan Muir. 4 W's for her on the season. Picked up that 4th win during that last time out, the doubleheader against St. Clair in Game 1. Also added her first ever OCAA home run. So not a bad weekend for Presley Buchanan.
Absolutely. She's very consistent. She has a very unique personality on the mound. She has, everyone else, you'll see them go up, they get in their zone and they pitch. Very rarely do you see people smiling, laughing, joking along. It's all about a very relaxed mental state for her that I'm just thrilled to see.
Yeah, that's a great point, Brendan. It's something we've seen time and time again this year where maybe it's a call behind the plate she's not too fond of. Maybe there's an error in the field. It doesn't matter. I mean, she's calm, cool, collected. That big grin is on her face throughout the game, and I'm sure it does a lot for this team morale.
Absolutely.
So Presley Buchanan and her trademark grin will start things here for the Hawks. Shelby Hayward, leadoff hitter for these Mountaineers. First pitch coming in for ball one. As you can see, the sun shining down on the ladies today.
Not a good time to be at bat.
That sun going to be an issue a little later on in the day as it sets over that right field wall. That one struck hard, well foul.
And you got to be ready for Shelby because she's got those 4 triples in her career, 2 doubles, 6 runs batted in, and 3 stolen bases. So she's fierce.
A do-it-all player at the plate. Taking that one low. Hitters count now, 3-1. Yeah, you said it, Brendan. 9 extra base hits for Shelby Hayward. That may be one there. As it gets by, Keika stuck in left, had nice positioning on it. It'll roll under the wall for a ground rule double. So all the talk of the extra base power for Shelby Hayward, there it is. A leadoff double. Likely charged E7 there, as that was a playable ball for Keika stuck in left. Stephanie Godin takes strike one. .282 hitter on the year is Godin. She gets out of the way of that one. Low and inside from Presley. Struck into the backstop. Shelby Hayward, the runner on second, 3 stolen bases to her name this year. We'll see how aggressive head coach Todd Bannister wants to be early in this matchup.
It's his 5th year. He's played Humber before. I'm sure he's got some views on how Dwayne Bowles goes about his business.
A lot of experience on either coaching staff in this one. Historically, Humber has dominated this series, 27-3 all time, as that's a hard struck ball to Vassos at short. Fire over to first, over the head. Going to be a play at the plate here. Scoring is Hayward. No throw from Haley Pasma on first. So the Mohawk Mountaineers strike first here against Presley Buchanan. Still none out here in the top of the first.
And you can really see the seasonedness in Shelby as she saw an opportunity, did not hesitate.
That's exactly right, Brendan. The throw high from Vassos. Out of the reach of Haley Pasma. Run scores. This Humber team not too familiar with giving up runs. As a team, they lead the lead with a 1.54 ERA. Microscopic. Working behind the plate today, Taylor Reed for the Humber Hawks. She shares the job with Emily Erskine, who gets the day off. That one low and away for ball one. The shortstop, Ellie Tyndale, in tough here against Buchanan. The 1-2 inside for a ball. Buchanan can't believe it. There's the smile. Shake of the head and the grin is all you can do if you're Presley Buchanan. Trying to find the strikeout pitch. Foul tip by Tyndale. Auden on first. Tyndale at the plate. Two hit foul. Buchanan doesn't have much issue settling into games, but give credit to the Mountaineers here. They're having some good at-bats early on. That one off the arm of Tyndale, so a hit by pitch from Presley Buchanan. Third base runner of the inning for the Mountaineers. Runners now on first and second. Megan Byers with none out here, a possible bunt situation. Looks as though she wants to swing.
This will be Megan Byers' 29th time at bat. She has 3 RBIs. She's been walked twice, 1 stolen base.
Big opportunity for the Mountaineers to jump out early against the Humber Hawks. Well behind on that offering from Buchanan. Mountaineers have never beaten the Hawks in the regular season at Connervale. 0-15 all time as that off-speed pitch was fouled back. The 2-2. Outside, ball 3, count now full. Buchanan trying to hunker down here in a little bit of a jam. 2 on, none out, top of the first. Swing and a miss for strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Buchanan. Here's an opportunity for Vanderwerth. Hard hit ball to Haley Pasmat first. She's able to block it down and make the play. Quickly now, 2 outs for the Humber Hawks here. Runners do advance though. Vanderwerth able to move the runners over there with that ground out. Hawks trying to get out of the top part of this inning with just the 1 run allowed. Maddie Brandt is looking at these runners out here in scoring position. Trying to double or triple this lead. That one well high. Struck hard to Oliver on third, able to make the play. So Bree Oliver getting a rare start on third base tonight, able to record the 3rd and final out of the top of the first innings. Humber Hawks sitting pretty thus far, 10-2 the record, first in the OCAA. You see Durham, who's next on the slate for Humber, right behind them. Mohawk trailing behind. Bit of a 500 record, but they showcase with the 60 runs there. They're able to put some runs on the board.
Absolutely. If anything, I think these stats show that Humber's more known for their defense than necessarily their offense, as they are 4th, 5th, tied for 4th in terms of scoring, runs scored.
Yeah, and a big number that really stands out is that 21 runs allowed through 12 games. You look at the other teams, substantially more, so it's been all pitching and hitting, mainly Buchanan and Muir, who we're likely to see in Game 2.
Their psychological warfare is strong, Adam.
Teams know what they're dealing with when the Humber Hawks come to town. The offense has come and come and gone as it often does throughout a softball or baseball season, but that one constant has really been the arms and the defense, and it's brought them to this great record through 12. Alyssa Vanderwerth will get the start for the Mountaineers against this high-powered Hawks offense. She's already pitched 34 2/3 of an inning for the Mountaineers this season. Her ERA just a hair over 8. A familiar sight in the leadoff position. Alexa Vassos, as the Humber dugout gets involved.
Alexa Vassos, this is her 39th time at bat with 0 strikeouts for the season, which is an incredible feat for 12 games.
That is absurd. One of the best at putting the bat on the ball, Alexa Vassos. Little conversation on the mound between the first base umpire and pitcher. One of the toughest outs in this Humber lineup. Alexa Vassos, as you said, Brendan, you're not going to strike her out, so do whatever else you can. I kept telling Brendan, like, don't say that. Down 1-2 here is Vassos. Foul tips that one. So good with 2 strikes. I mean, you kind of have to be if you're going to have a clean sheet in the strikeout department. Vanderwerth, the 1-2. Strike 3, and I think we spoke too soon, Brendan. I don't think Alexa Vassos will be too happy with us. Talking about her strikeout-free season, that's her first one there. She'll head back to the Humber dugout, and I think we learned a valuable lesson here today, Brendan.
Commentator's curse, Adam. Commentator's curse.
We'll keep our mouth shut from now on. Turning it over for Megan Murphy here. A league-leading .486 batting average for Megan Murphy. She has been something else this year for the Hawks. Rips that one foul. Just recently became the 4th Humber Hawk in program history to have 100 hits to her name. Currently tied for 3rd with former Player of the Year Aaliyah Davidson. 104 base knocks for Murphy in her time in Humber.
Makes sense as she's already at 18 this year.
Not slowing down anytime soon. Murphy, one of 2 fifth-year players, along with Miranda Pearson for Dwayne Bowles' team. 2-1 in the dirt. One of the top hitters in the league with a hitter's count. Looks at that one high, ball 4. Megan Murphy trots on down to first. So after a leadoff strikeout, Murphy follows with a walk. And here comes your starter, Bresley Buchanan. Game 1 against St. Clair in the last doubleheader, recording her first OCAA home run. She hits one into center field. An easy play there for the center fielder, Shelby Hayward. Buchanan flies out for out number 2. And speaking of home runs, here's Sarah Franchetto. Hawks were down 2-0 in game 2 in the bottom of the 6th when Franchetto absolutely blasted one to deep left field. Hawks ended up losing that contest, but that Franchetto home run was heard around Connervale. Franchetto quickly behind here, 0-2. Murphy, the runner at first. 2 stolen bases on the year, caught stealing just once. Franchetto whiffs early on that off-speed pitch. Vanderwerth gets out of the inning. So a pretty good start for these Mohawk Mountaineers. Certainly the underdogs coming into this game, but they find themselves with the lead after 1 inning. So we take a look at the head-to-head statistics. This season it's been all Humber, pretty even when it comes to offense. That .313 batting average is good for the league lead for Humber. So both sides' offense really hasn't been the issue for them this year.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Pretty comparable numbers there. Obviously, the record is what stands out the most there. Mohawk coming in with a little steam behind them. Their last doubleheader against Seneca swept for a combined score of 18-9. Able to snap a pretty sizable losing skid there.
The important thing here for Humber going into this inning is that they keep their head on. I feel as if, and maybe I'm just hyperbolizing here, but I feel as if Buchanan, I'm not seeing the smile as much. I'm not seeing the calm demeanor, and I hope to see more of that in this inning.
Hit around a little bit in that first inning, not something she's too familiar with. She's been absolutely dominant since putting on the H. First pitch of the second gets away from her. So Buchanan trying to settle into this one. Kayla Mitchell, designated player today for the Mountaineers. Struck hard, but into the fence, foul. Batting just .182 on the year. An opportunity to boost that. Count now even as Mitchell battles back with a few foul balls. Yet again, Mitchell in a battle here with Buchanan. Mohawk have done nice work thus far of seeing plenty of pitches out of the hands of Presley Buchanan. Humber has had to work for each and every out. That one high, the count moves full. Big moment here for Buchanan as she tries to start strong. Punched into right field, won't be playable. Great work by the leadoff hitter, Kayla Mitchell. An extended at bat. The 3-2. High and outside, ball 4. Leadoff runner on for the Mountaineers. Emma Nordoff now at the dish for Mohawk. Runner on first is Mitchell. Show and bunt. Mentioned Bree Oliver on third tonight. Getting the start on the hot corner. It's been shared amongst Alexis Friera. Julie Kastuk also has take turns on third as we have a throw over to first. Get into right field. Mitchell's going to try to advance. She'll be able to do so. So a miscue there by the Humber Hawks allows Mitchell to advance into scoring position.
Something's off today, Adam. Something's wrong. The team's just not clicking as they normally do, and they're making simple errors.
So the Hawks trying to find their game here, Brendan. Down 1-0 to the visiting Mountaineers. Threatening once again, no outs in this inning. (3-1) now the count as Buchanan tries to find the strike zone here. That one's in there. So these long at-bats continue back-to-back full counts for Presley Buchanan.
It's unfortunate because you get exhausted long term, especially if it's, and this is once again just me editorializing, but it seems like she's just not there necessarily. But
was there for the strikeout, her second of the game. Gets Nordoff swinging. So Buchanan has found herself in some trouble here tonight. Has done a great job pitching around it. Going to try to continue that trend here. That one in the dirt. Nice play by Reed to block that one. Already given up one free bag to Kayla Mitchell. Likely couldn't afford another. Nicole Fowler takes that one in the hip.
And that's the second player she's hit tonight.
That's exactly right, Brendan. The second hit by pitch charged by Buchanan. An uncharacteristic start for her. Seems to have struggled a little bit with control. As well as Dwayne Bowles head out to have a chat with his starter.
And I would hate to see her taken off the mound this early. I think that this can be easily turned around. You just got to find your groove. That's the wonderful thing about baseball is there's, always another inning to prove yourself.
That's exactly right. Buchanan has a tendency to go deep in games. She started 4 games for the Hawks this year. 3 of those were complete games. But she'll give up the ball here. Buchanan, not her day. Caden Watton going to take to the hill.
Well, of course, you got to save Megan Muir for for next game.
That's exactly right. The 2 starters often back-to-back, Buchanan and Muir. So Presley Buchanan, just not her day. 1 inning and 1/3 pitched. Hawks remain down just 1. A little bit of a pickle here in the top of 2 with some runners on, 1 out. But nothing I'm sure Caden Watton can't handle. Watton has made 3 appearances for the Hawks so far this year. 1 of those was a start. Did collect the win in that single start. 2 strikeouts for her in 7 innings pitched. 14 isn't a number Dwayne Bowles has had to call too often this season.
Well, no, Presley Buchanan has been on fire all season, and for whatever reason, we're seeing just an off day today. I think that is a wise choice by Dwayne Bowles to pull her early. I think that it's his job to win games, not make sure that people feel good. And it was a move made just on the off chance that there was more bleeding. Keep it at 1 run.
Yeah, Buchanan didn't appear to be too upset with the pull there. Some days, for whatever reason, just didn't bring it to the ballpark with you. Breakage of play here as you saw the ump jump from his position. So that little break in the action just to announce the pitching change, which I think we all took. So after all that, yep, it is 14 on the hill. Hard struck ball to center field. It gets by Kozielek. Another error for this Humber outfield. That one fired in. Play at the plate here as this one comes in. Another run scores for the Mountaineers. The runner held at third. That was number 12, Caleb Mitchell. And the Hawks kind of took their time around second base there, really getting that ball in. Smart play by the third base coach to send that runner with no eyes really paying attention to you. So the mental miscues really continue here for the Humber Hawks as they find themselves down 2. Another hard struck ball. This one drifting into center. It's going to drop down in front of Kozielek. Going to get the runner at third here. So not a pretty play. That bloop single drops in. Fielder's choice. Able to get the lead runner.
It was unfortunate, Adam. They were all standing around. It was one call out, one admission that, yes, it's my ball, and that would have been an out.
Tough play there for those middle infielders and outfielders. That one dropping kind of in no man's land.
Could be a sun factor as well, as we all are in the golden hour right now.
Especially with those infielders turning back and heading towards the fence. So defensive miscues have cost the Hawks in this one thus far.
And as I said, Adam, that is the string to Humber's bow. I mean, we have strong offense. We have some of the best hitters in the league, but it's really about the pitching and the outfielding that's carried this team so far.
Yeah, they've been stellar all year long. It's been a bit of a different showing here tonight. See if they can turn things around here. Caden Wanton has 2 down in the top of the second inning here. Runners on first and second. Ball hit to Haley Pasma on third, able to scoop and tag the base to get out of this one. Mountaineers tag on another. It's a 2-0 ball game. So a fired up Jamie Vieira talking to the team here, trying to get them going. Not the start these Hawks were looking for. Definitely the favorite, 27-3 all time against the Mountaineers, and they find themselves down early.
In the brief instance that we've seen Caden Wanton, I can say that she's doing well. You know, she started with only 1 out and 2 runners on base, and she held it to 1 run. Not so bad. I see that as a positive.
Hit around a little bit there, had some hard hit balls off the bat, but her defense able to bear her out. Another error in the outfield by Kozielek to go along with the one from Kate Stuck. This Humber offense trying to get something going against Alyssa Vanderwerf. Leading off for the Hawks, Bree Oliver.
Leading off for the Hawks, number 17, Bree Oliver.
Oliver had a slow start to the season, but really broke out in Game 1 against St. Clair in that last doubleheader, earning Player of the Game honors.
I'm always excited to see Brianne Oliver. She's a player after my own heart in that she swings at everything. And you know what? There's a lot of power behind that swing.
Absolutely, plenty of power. One of the players you want to keep an eye on during batting practice. She is often a danger for spectators. As you said, Brendan, really not afraid to swing that bat. As you'll see there, that's a hard struck foul ball well into the trees.
And if someone were to tell me that a player got hurt from a foul ball, that a spectator got hurt, I'm going to guess it was Brianne Oliver.
Yeah, we've had a few days setting up that center field cam where we kind of have to keep a eye out when Oliver's at the dish. She could really send them from meteoric heights.
She can dish it out.
Takes that one high. Hitters count here for Bree Oliver. Trying to continue her strong play of late. Foul tip there to stay alive. Gonna trot on down to Dwayne Bowles here and have a word.
I'm sure he has some sage-like wisdom.
Often does. Bowles in his 7th year with the club. So Oliver now with fresh coach's instructions. Gonna stand back in there. 3-2 pitch. Fouled straight back.
And a terrifying thud, Adam.
Terrifying thud indeed. So Oliver trying to straighten one out here and find some green grass. Soft one off the end of the bat. Going to be a tough play for the shortstop. Throw over in time. Ellie Tyndale over there able to make the play. So Bree Oliver found herself well out in front of that pitch. Just poked off the end of the bat. Kate Kostuck here now for the Hawks. 4th-year player, plenty of veteran experience.
And that must have hurt connecting with the foot there.
Yeah, right off the top of the toe. Seems no worse for wear. She'll stay in there. Kostuck rips one down the third base line.
She's ready to leave the box and start moving.
Humber needing base runners desperately here. Offense has been sputtering to begin this one. Let's see if Kostuck can be the spark the team needs. Another one to Tyndale. Hard hit ball, should be plenty of time. The scoop goes under the first baseman's glove. Kostuck charging on down to second, slides in safely. So talk about spark, there's one right there from Kate Kostuck.
Good awareness, needed half a second to recognize that the pass had missed and that she went to second.
First baseman Megan Byers unable to make the scoop over there. And you said it, Brendan, nice awareness on the base path by Kate to advance. Haley Pasma, the defensive gem at first base for the Hawks, now at the plate. Pasma hasn't had too many at-bats this year. This is just her 10th of the season. Well struck ball into left. That one was straight. It had a chance to go, but instead a foul ball for the first strike. Just one hit so far in 9 at-bats for Haley Pasma. Kate Kostuck advancing on a ball in the dirt, slides in safely once again. So Kostuck manufacturing some offense with her legs here. Chance here for Pasma to cut this lead in half. That one into center, looks as though it'll drop. It will. In comes Kate Kostuck to score. Humber Hawks are on the board.
And that's definitely some energy needed.
Haley Pasma's first RBI on the season. Cuts this lead in half. Taylor Reed, the catcher. Gonna try to keep the good times rolling. Just one down in the bottom of the second.
As we've seen before, Adam, all these Humber Hawks need is some momentum to carry them all the way through.
Reed swings at that one, pushes it up into right. That one falls as well. Right fielder unable to get under it. So Taylor Reed will find herself on second. Haley Pasma now on third, so the Hawks offense is starting to come alive here. 2 runners in scoring position with 1 down in the bottom of the second. Odd play in right field there. The ball hung up there a long time. Nicole Fowler trying to chase it down, unable to do so. Kozielek wastes no time, swinging at the first pitch. That one finds nobody but Coach Bowles.
And you don't want to find him.
Kozielek showing bunt there. Showing some aggression.
Oh, yes. This is Kozielek's 33rd time at bat. She has 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 double, 4 RBIs, and 2 walks. Oh, and 5 stolen bases.
Plenty of speed for Cozy as she pops that one up to the pitcher, Vanderwerf. So Kozielek unable to add to her RBI total, but it will turn over the order. Alexa Vassos. Go-ahead run standing on second. It's Kozielek who will take the place as a runner for Reed.
Now Vassos doesn't have a ton of triples, not a home run under her belt. She does have 3 doubles and 11 hits. So if someone can get just 1 player to home, it's her.
That one drifting into left. Foul ball. Pasma will have to retreat to third. Kozielek back to second. Not struck hard there, but enough to get over the third baseman's head and dropping just meters foul. With Kozielek's speed on second, you got to think a single might be enough to cash both runs. Basso showing a good eye there, taking ball 2. Again pushed into left, a similar play to the last foul ball. This time it's corralled by Tyndale, unable to get it first time round, makes good on the second opportunity. So the Hawks threaten and do score a run here, but leaving 2 runners stranded in scoring position.
It was a good offensive run by Humber. Looked like they were really about to take off there for a second, but Mohawk having that strong defense, having those strong outfielders, stop the bleeding.
So at the very least, showing signs of life is the Humber offense as Caden Watton takes back to the hill. Going into this game, you wouldn't expect with Buchanan on the hill to see any relief pitchers, but after just an inning and a third, Presley pulled from this ball game. So this series will conclude an extended homestand for the Humber Hawks. Next up, a 6-game road trip starting on the road at Durham, October 2nd at 6 p.m. Megan Byers leading things off for the Mountaineers. Hits one right back up the middle, and it's a leadoff single for the Mountaineers. These pesky Mohawk Mountaineers just finding a way on base, it seems, at will here, especially those leadoff hitters. They've been a problem this season for the Humber Hawks. Chance here for 2, but it's a slow struck ball. Trying to tag the runner is Murphy. And the runner will be called out there for leaving the base path, trying to avoid that tag of Murphy. Unable to get the out at first. So nice work by Murphy there. It was Pretty slowly struck ball, not an easy ground or double play to make.
I believe that's Todd Bannister talking to the ump right now, the outfield ump.
Pleading his case. Umpire ruled that runner left the base path.
In my many years on this earth, I've never seen a coach change an umpire's mind, and yet they always try.
Hey, it's worth a shot. At the very least, get it off your chest if you're Todd Bannister. So after that unconventional out, one down here, top of third. 2-1 ball game. Humber able to cut the lead in half in the bottom of the second. That one low and away. Count even at 1. Well struck ball. That's going to reach the corner. Keika Stuck in left field giving chase. A double for Matty Brandt.
You could tell that was at least a double from the crack of that bat. No one was catching that one.
Extra bases all the way for Brandt. A stand-up double. Once again, Humber find themselves in a tough spot here. 2 runners in scoring position. Caleb Mitchell, the designated player. That one in there, strike 1. Watton trying to settle in here.
Humber in a dangerous position here, Adam.
Mitchell able to hold off of that one. Watton finds herself in a hole here.
You want a prediction? Next one's a foul. After that, it's a walk.
We'll see what's coming from Watton.
Oh, never mind. I'm wrong.
Check the check swing. That's in there for a strike. No appeal needed.
Never again.
Watton to 3-2. Low and away, ball 4, so the Mountaineers will load up the base paths here. Already leading by 1. Chance to break this game wide open for Emma Nordoff.
This is Nordoff's 20th time at bat this year. 4 hits to her name, 2 RBIs, 3 walks, and 1 stolen base.
Count even at 1 now as that one just missed from Watton. This one's going to be scooped up by Oliver, trying to go home and get the lead runner out-recorded. So a nice heads-up play by Bree Oliver to get in front of that one and make the correct play at home. So a fielder's choice leaves the bases loaded. 2 outs here now in the third. A chance for Watton to get out of this one. First pitch in there for a strike to Nicole Fowler. Down the third base line, foul ball.
To Mohawk's benefit, because I'm pretty sure Humber would have scooped that up and gotten the out at home.
Would have been a similar play for Oliver if that one stayed fair on that rainbow-colored third baseline. 0-2 in there for strike 3. Great work by Caden Watton and the Humber Hawks to get out of this inning unscathed.
And that's a lot of pressure when she has played 1 game this season and and she's filling in for Buchanan. I'm sure there's doubt. They're down. Base is loaded, and she clutched it out.
There's a moment in each and every game where you could really let it get away for you. Perhaps that was the moment there for the Hawks, but able to shut the door and put an end to any Mountaineers pressure. So surprisingly in this one, the Hawks find themselves down, but the deficit definitely not insurmountable.
Well, with both teams playing so defensively strong, admittedly Mohawk stronger than Humber, it makes you wonder, are they going to get it back? I believe so, but it might take a minute.
Especially with you see who's leading off this inning, Megan Murphy. If anyone will be able to get the Hawks on the board, it's her.
Oh, absolutely. In her 5th year, this will be her 39th time at bat. 9 runs, 18 hits, 5 doubles, 2 triples, 7 RBIs, 3 walks, 2 stolen bases. She's quite good.
Cool fall night here at Connervale Park. Megan Murphy looking to continue to rake. First pitch well high, ball 1. Leadoff hitters have paid off in a big way for the Mountaineers. Humber looking to get something going with theirs. Murphy's on base percentage, .525. Skies one into right, may be playable for the first baseman, although it does drop in foul. New life here for Megan Murphy at the plate. Murphy holds off that off-speed pitch, but in there on the inside corner, strike 2. Murphy leaves that one. Count now full.
Good awareness.
To go along with the power, plenty of plate discipline for Murphy. Well struck ball into right field. That'll get down for a base hit. So in dire need of base runners, the Humber Hawks get one there. Megan Murphy, the leadoff hitter on. Here's Caden Watton. Taking over in this lineup for Presley Buchanan, dropping down the bunt. It's going to be a tough play for the third baseman. That ball gets away. Watton's going to head on to second. Megan Murphy's going to come in to score. Watton finds her way on to third. Defensive miscues have plagued the Humber Hawks here in game 1. This time it's on the end of the Mohawk Mountaineers.
Yeah, that's got to be demoralizing.
How about that for Caden Watton? You drop down the bunt and you end up on third base.
A statistical anomaly, but celebrated nonetheless.
So run cashes in. We got a tie ball game here. Sarah Franchetto now at the plate, so a lot more life here at Connervale Park and in that Humber dugout. After Watton able to tie up the game and cash Megan Murphy. That's a hard struck ball by Sarah Franchetto. That one's back. That one's deep. And that one's gone. Sarah Franchetto to an identical spot as she hit one to tie the game against St. Clair in game 2. Gets it done once again. Deja vu, Sarah Franchetto.
I love the wholesomeness as she comes home and all her team's there to greet her and they have a little dance. I love it.
Team loves it. Low energy to begin this one. It was a tough start for these Humber Hawks. Caden Watton scores. Franchetto scores. And all of a sudden, the Hawks have a 2-run lead. That took no time at all.
That's all they need is they just need a second.
Same perspective for us down the first base line here, and that one looked about identical to that one she hit against St. Clair, an absolute moonshot into left field. Franchetto's second home run of the year. Humber has the most home runs in the OCAA with 4 now. So you see Bree Oliver put Keika Stuck in some danger there with that foul ball.
Keeps her on her toes, keeps her ready when she's at bat.
The Hawks bats have awoken from a slumber here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Still none out as Bree Oliver finds herself ahead in this count, 2-1. Another well-struck ball. This one popped up into left. That's Tyndale able to make the play. Some miscommunication between her and her left fielder, Megan Savoy.
But they still got it done.
Bree Oliver got good wood on that ball, but got just under it as she popped it up into the blue sky here at Connervale. Keika Stuck into left. That one drops in foul. Stuck trying to keep the good times rolling here for the Hawks. Kastook with a dribbler to second. Flipped over for the second out of the inning. Play made by Emma Nordoff.
Baseball's such a fascinatingly explosive game. You can be down, and then all of a sudden, oh, home run, you got 2 extra runs, and then all of a sudden your 0 outs goes to 2. It's very entertaining.
When the bats get going, it sure doesn't take long. We've seen that all year from the Hawks as Haley Pasma connects with that off-speed pitch. Tyndale makes the play at shortstop, but you were saying it, Brendan, it's a game of runs, a game of back and forth. Momentum squarely on the side for the Humber Hawks after a monstrous 2-run shot from Sarah Franchetto. Gives them a 2-run lead. It's 4-2. And it hasn't been the easiest of goes for Caden Watton in this relief appearance, stepping in the 2nd inning for Presley Buchanan, but sure gotta feel nice now, a little weight off the shoulders for her here as she gets some run support, gets some insurance.
Some space to work with.
Hasn't really been a technically sound night by this Humber defense, but with this lead now, a little pressure off the backs.
It also helps them get into their groove. This is a very positivity-based team, and when things start to go south, the momentum can really just begin to carry.
And you got to think a 10-2 squad through 12 games, they haven't really trailed too often this year. They're not too accustomed from playing from behind. So now with the lead, more of a familiar situation for these Hawks.
Now they just have to clean it up.
Caden Watton now working with the lead. Gets things started here in the top of 4 with strike 1.
And Watton's going to have to be careful because this is Hayward, arguably the best hitter for Mohawk.
Hayward standing 5'3" with that crouching batting stance. Not the easiest of strike zones to hit if you're Caden Watton.
Hayward with 4 doubles and 4 triples, 6 RBIs, and 3 stolen bases. 16 hits as well if you weren't paying attention.
A leader of this ball club is the third-year player. She takes that one for a ball. The dugout wanted that one. Watton ahead in the count, 1-2 here. Count now even after that ball high. Poke towards the shortstop. Vassos working to her right. Long throw across the diamond, called safe. The stretch by Haley Pasma just not in time. So once again, that pesky leadoff hitter for these Mountaineers on base safely.
Well, with 3 stolen bases, you knew Hayward was fast.
Now with a deficit, maybe a time for Todd Bannister to start sending some runners. Get a little more aggressive on the base paths.
And here at second at bat, we have arguably Mohawk's second best hitter, Stephanie Godin.
Got in there, showed bunt, but pulled the ball back. With 0-2, wouldn't expect her to put the barrel out again. One-two now the count to Godin. Watton gonna try to induce a ground ball here. Double play opportunity. Instead, a pop-up. Vassos tracking back. Keika Stuck comes in for a position in left and makes the play. Throw to first, not in time. So communication a little bit of an issue for the Humberhawks early on in this one, but Alexa Vassos and Keika Stuck gelling there to make the play.
Absolutely. That could have been a very bad error easily as Vassos was running backwards.
Tough visibility usually on the outfielders to make that call as a dribbler here works his way to Vassos over to Haley Pasma. Two of the more sure-handed defenders on this Humber team able to make the play. Megan Byers, another third-year player on this Mohawk squad. Takes that one in the dirt. Ball blocked by Taylor Reed, but squirts away to the backstop. Runner advances to third.
And you can't give Mohawk an inch. You can't let them get to third like that. They think they're going to do well, and they will.
Byers at the dish, swinging there, right back to Watton, over to Pasma. Caden Watton able to work around that one base runner. And the Humberhawks maintain this 2-run lead, 4-2, as we head to the bottom of the fourth. So in a quick turn of events, Humberhawks now leading this ball game. Presley Buchanan got the start, went an inning and a third. Taking her place, Caden Watton, who's been rather effective in relief. One more look at that bomb from Sarah Franchetto right off the bat. You knew it was gonna go. A nice look of it there, that compact swing.
That 45-degree angle.
And look at that dugout. They were bouncing around, jumping before Franchetto even left the batter's box. And what a run it's been for her in the last 3 games. 2 home runs. Hit that tying 2-run shot in the bottom of the 6th inning against St. Clair. Big moment for her. The baseball team was making some noise. It was whiteout night, a nice crowd here at Connervale, and that set the park on absolute fire. Franchetto swinging a hot stick, and here's Taylor Reed now at the dish. Reed, a pretty interesting story, began the season as a team manager. Works kind of on the staff of this Humberhawk softball team, and due to injuries was really called into the lineup. And she's been playing a fair bit as she grounds one there to Tyndale, who's unable to corral it. Reed with plenty of speed down the first baseline, able to reach.
That's a lot of responsibility for a first year.
Absolutely. So multiple responsibilities for Reed as she finds her way to first base. And not only has she filled a roster spot, but she's been playing some good ball. Kozielek showing bunt, drops one down the first baseline, foul. So in this situation, this bunt is really just to move Reed over with none out in this inning, but with Kozielek at the dish, any bunt she drops down could very well be a base hit with the speed she possesses.
Absolutely.
So let's see if Hannah will show bunt again. There it is, pulls it back. Nice play, throw over to first. Won't get Reed. Kozielek, nice work there to pull the bat back. Now an opportunity to bunt once again with one strike. Bunt to the pitcher, Vanderwerf. Able to make the play at third. They got Reed in a rundown here. Throw off the mark at third. Reed able to slide in safely. A base running error turns into a positive for the Humber Hawks. Reed gets herself out of a pickle. You see the laugh from Dwayne Bowles.
I think the Humbers will take that trade.
Absolutely. Gotta love the enthusiasm on third base. Don't think he wanted Reed on third, but he'll sure take a runner in scoring position as Alexa Vassos comes to the dish, top of the order. Strike one to Vassos. Vassos looking for her 5th RBI on the season here. Might get it there. It looks as though she's found a gap. But a nice play made by the left fielder, Megan Savoy. That one looked as though it was for sure dropping in off the bat of Vassos, but Savoy showing off the range.
That took a lot of hustle to get to.
Absolutely. Great positioning and a good jump on that ball. It was dropping quickly. So Reed will head to the dugout. Alexa Vassos now the runner at third base. Megan Murphy at the plate. 2 down for the Hawks here. Murphy swings at the first pitch, sends it into center field. Play made out there. Another nice defensive play made by Shelby Hayward. So the Mohawk Mountaineers outfield bails them out. In the bottom of the 4th, runner stranded at third base for the Hawks. Score remains 4-2.
Humber just not fully getting it together there. Some great offensive moves, that bunt from Kozielek getting the runner to third. The outfield just taking them out every time, unfortunately.
Putting bat to ball are the Humber Hawks, but just not really finding any grass in this one. Take a look at the reserves of the Humber Hawks there. Miranda Pearson just recently back on the roster, was out early in this season. She earned her first save, also became the first Humber Hawk to record 150 strikeouts in her career. Miranda, the other 5th-year player alongside Megan Murphy.
And 150 is nothing to scoff at, Adam.
Absolutely not. The first Humber Hawk to do so in program history. Kane Wan kicks off the 5th inning with a ball high. Ball in the dirt, scooped by Reed. Pitcher Vanderwerf Hits one hard down there to Haley Pasma. No mistake on that play. Sure-handed as it gets over there on the corner. So finally, the Humber Hawks able to retire a leadoff hitter. That's been the pain in their neck all game long. Finally solved the issue there. That one's in there for a strike. Maddie Brandt trying to get out of the way of that one, but finds the inside corner. Wadden gets a swinging strike there. Maddie Brandt well out in front of that breaking ball. Third base coach asks for a deep breath. Good advice coming from this Mohawk coaching staff as Maddie Brandt tries to stay alive in this at-bat. That one outside, count even for Watton. Caden has started to settle into this affair. And how about that off-speed pitch? A swing and a miss from Maddie Brandt. And Watton is starting to find something special with that off-speed offering.
Duck it in under every time. It's always the low, which I also noticed that Buchanan herself favors as well. Usually she pitches low as well.
Here's a ground ball to Oliver on third. Throw over to first. Scoop by Haley Pasma. That'll put an end to the top half of the fifth inning. Nice work by Caden Watton and the Humber Hawks defense. Your Humber Hawks 4, the Mohawk Mountaineers 2.
And that is the defense and the coordination I've been looking for all game. That was a clean inning.
You knew when they settled into this one they'd just be A-OK, and in this last inning and a half or so, I think they've found the key. Humber Hawks looking like themselves here at Connervale. Alyssa Vanderwerf staying on the hill for the Mohawk Mountaineers. She's pitched well against a very tough lineup here.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad call to leave her up there. She's been doing very well for the most part.
She struggled a bit this year, allowing 40 earned runs and 34 and 2/3 innings pitched. "14 out, 8 in," the call from the home plate umpire. A re-entry for Presley Buchanan here. So Caden Watton gonna make way for the original starter. Buchanan back in this ball game and back with a base hit as she hits one hard into center field. Leadoff runner on for these Humber Hawks, and for Presley Buchanan, that's going to feel awful good.
I don't know. I'm sure it does feel good, Adam, but the energy I'm getting is angry. That is the energy I'm getting off this batter.
Not the start she was looking for in this one. Takes out the aggression on the big yellow ball that time. Dangerous hitters up and down this Hawks lineup. None more so than Sarah Franchetto, 2 home runs in her last 3 games. Been hitting the cover off the ball as of late. Throw over to first base, won't get Buchanan. The 1-1. Struck hard towards the dugout. Bree Oliver able to duck out of the way of that one. Vanderwerf allowing the leadoff runner on. Now faces Franchetto, who's already gone deep off her once in this game. In there for strike 3. Sarah Franchetto wasn't aware of the count. Franchetto will go down on strikes. The first-year third baseman, Bree Oliver, swinging at that off-speed pitch for strike 1. Bree comes into every at-bat with a controlled aggression, I would say.
I would agree. Which is not a good pick for Woodrow's well-tuned off-speed pitch.
Another one off the end of the bat, gets away from the third baseman. Nice base running by Buchanan to go from first to third. So Bree Oliver doesn't get the barrel on the ball, but gets just enough to dribble one down to the third baseman. Maddie Brand unable to make the play. Hawks continuing to roll here. Runners on the corners, one down, bottom of 5. Kate Kostuck at the dish. Kostuck showing bunt here, pulls it back. Throwback trying to get Buchanan, unable to do so. Bree Oliver heads up, base running. Finds her way on second. All the attention to Prezi Buchanan on third allows Oliver to advance. 2 in scoring position now for Kate Kostuck. Kostuck, a hard struck ball to Maddie Brandt. Going for the double play, able to get it. A heads up play by Maddie Brandt. Controlling that hard struck liner from Kostuck, able to tag Buchanan before she reaches the bag. Dwayne Bowles, a little bit of disbelief there as that was a bang, bang play.
It was the right call, though very close. And once again, to give credit to Brianne Oliver for her game sense of while everyone's paying attention to Presley Buchanan to move up and go, oh, excuse me, let me just take second base.
Base running has absolutely been a strength for Dwayne Bowles' club this year. So the Hawks once again threatening. 2 runners in scoring position, but that quick double play puts an end to that threat. Now on the hill, Rachel Matheson Green, so Presley Buchanan just getting that one at bat before heading out of this ball game for RMG. Matheson Green has pitched 7 innings this year. 3 appearances, 1 game started. Collected the win in her solo start.
Only allowing 2 runs. Not so bad.
A strong start to the year. She was relied on heavily as a starter last year. More in a relief role for Dwayne Bowles this season.
I also have to say I love that her theme song is Friends. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, the Friends intro very popular with the Connervale crowd here as the familiar clap echoes out. So Rachel faces her first batter of the game. It's a well-struck ball out there to Kostuck in left. 1 pitch, 1 out for Rachel Matheson Green. Cole Fowler. Now going to be the one to try to figure out Matheson Green. Off-speed pitch. Ball 1. Nice pitch there on the corner. Matheson Green, such a talent on the mound. Hasn't been called upon too often this year. A valuable asset for Dwayne Bowles and his coaching staff. That one popped into right. Sarah Franchetto charging to record the out. Matheson Green making quick work of these Mountaineers here in the top of 6.
And this is completely different Humber than the beginning of the game. They're tuned, they're ready, they know that this is a team worth playing.
Night and day, a little bit of a sluggish start to this one. Humber picking it up as that one's popped into foul territory. Megan Murphy makes no mistake. And how about that? Rachel Matheson Green enters this ball game and goes 1, 2, 3 to retire the side of the Mountaineers.
Mohawk running out of opportunities to turn this game around.
Tale of 2 games. As this Humber Hawks offense is really heated up, it's the Mountaineers who have kind of faded late in this contest. They're going to need a spark. They try to recoup these 2 runs they find themselves behind.
Since the home run, I felt the wind go out of their sails.
This is the second to last homestand for the Humber Hawks softball team. Up next, that 6-game road stand against Durham, St. Clair, and Fanshawe all on the road. So a tough sled ahead for this softball team as they look toward playoff time. Durham definitely going to be a big test. They're right behind them at 9-5 in the standings.
Well, we've seen them play before, and they beat Durham. To be fair, that doubleheader came out 1-1, but still.
Also, their last time out against St. Clair split that series as well. Mercy Rule, Game 1, a 10-0 victory. Expected more of the same in Game 2. Actually ended up being a 5-2 defeat at the hands of the Saints as they put up 3 runs at the top of the 7th inning.
And you got to be worried about any team that you crush and then immediately comes back and says, I don't care, I'll still play hard.
Yeah, Saints showed a lot of heart during that weekend series, and it certainly paid off. There are no gimme wins when it comes to OCAA softball. Mountaineers have never won a regular season game here at Connervale Park. Commanded this game early. Now find themselves behind. Haley Pasma with a rope into left field. Nice work to get that in front of the left fielder to stop an extra base play. Haley Pasma hasn't got many at-bats this year, but everything's starting to click for her recently. So with the leadoff hitter once again on, it's Taylor Reed. That's a hard struck ball into right center. Tracking is Shelby out there in center, able to make the play. Retreating back to first is Haley Pasma. So 2 well-struck balls to begin the bottom of the 6th inning. One's a base hit, one's an out recorded. Kozielek now tasked with moving the runner ahead. Vanderwerf has done a nice job of containing this Hawks offense. Kozielek shows bunt right back to the pitcher. Plenty of speed by Kozielek, able to make the play though. Just a step behind was Hannah. Pasma advances to second, so a productive out. Back to the top of the order, Alexa Vassos, the shortstop. Pasma showing some aggression on second base. Taking a healthy lead off with the pitch. Vassos connects with that one down the third base line, narrowly avoiding the cameraman. Vassos in the hole, 0-2. Recorded her first strikeout of the year in her first at-bat today. Hits that one hard, though, towards center field. That one's right to the wall. Will bounce over for a ground rule double. That'll cash the runner, Haley Pasma, so an RBI double for Alexa Vassos.
The second baseman, number 4, Megan Murphy.
Fourth double of the year for number 3. As number 4 comes to the dish, it's Megan Murphy. Hawks extend their lead to 3 here. It's a 5-2 ball game. Off-speed pitch in there low, strike 1. Vassos, plenty of speed at second base. Murphy smokes that one into right. But great positioning by the right fielder, Nicole Fowler, to record the out. That one whistled off the bat, but right into the basket of Fowler.
Great jump on Fowler's. She's not very tall, and that was a rocket, so good on her. Humber advancing 1 point. I mean, you know, great plays, great defensive plays, but this offense just can't take off for Mohawk.
Yeah, this Mohawk offense going to need something going pretty soon, as it looks we have yet another change on the mound. Miranda Pearson, the hard-throwing fifth-year starter.
Hard throwing indeed.
She comes in relief of Rachel Matheson Green. The Humber Hawks have had 5 different pitchers make an appearance throughout this season. 4 of those pitchers have appeared in tonight's game. The second Game 2 starter, Megan Muir, the only one that hasn't shown up at some point in this contest. I wouldn't expect we'd see her anytime soon. She has a start coming up in just a moment.
Unless everyone else forgets how to play, we will not see Megan Muir in this game.
So as Muir gets her rest, the other pitchers go to work. Now it's Pearson's turn. Recently returning to this club, has made 3 appearances already. 4 2/3 innings pitched. Not an earned run to her name, a non-existent 0 ERA. And did I say hard throwing? I really want to push across the point. Miranda Pearson has a fireball.
I can see why she's a closer. She might have the fastest fastball I've seen on the team.
A remarkable athlete for this club. So dominant last year. Great to have her back for the home stretch of this season.
So full of personality. You always see her dancing in the dugout to every song, always pumping her teammates up.
Blows that one right by the leadoff hitter. Not a chance there for Stephanie Godden. So Pearson doing what she does best, coming in late in games in relief and shutting the door. Again, blowing right by these Mountaineer hitters.
Her slide technique is amazing. This way that she just kicks her heel as she's, oh, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
See how much energy she gets pushing off that mound. Generates so much power. If I'm a Mountaineer hitter, I'm going to choke up halfway up that bat. Just try to catch up with these things.
If I'm the catcher, I'm happy the game's almost over. I don't want that thudding into my glove for several innings.
Taylor Reed might need an ice pack after this one. So Tyndale able to catch up with that last pitch. Still pushed it foul, though. Two. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the high heater. Miranda Pearson making light work of these Mountaineers. Down to their last out in this ball game. Megan Byers at the dish. Hawks trying to close out a come from behind victory here. Here to play night at Connervale Park. All rainbow everything. Byers well behind on that one. None of these Mohawk players really seem to know what to do with Pearson here. Able to catch up with that one, but still well late.
She's a beast. That's all you can say. She's a beast.
You can see where Byers' hands are on the bat. Choking up, just trying to catch up with these fireballs. That one just misses. Pearson trying to punch out the Mountaineers. And she'll do it there. Strike 3. The Humber Hawks start off slow, but the offense heats up late for a 5-2 victory here in game 1. It was definitely a team effort for the Humber Hawks in this one. Pearson, Buchanan, Matheson, Green, and Watton all appearing in this game. Player of the game goes to Sarah Franchetto, who put the Hawks ahead for good with a 2-run bomb. Miranda Pearson dominant in inning number 7 as we take a look at her multiple strikeouts to close this one out. You saw the speed on those heaters, just far too much for these Mountaineers. You see a shake of the head and a trot back to the dugout. Nothing you can do with that one. And that to do it.
Her technique and her power is insane.
A different kind of thrower on that hill. She showcased it last year. It's good to see her come back into this lineup with that same success. She's been phenomenal, and what a piece she's going to be for Dwayne Bowles coming out of that bullpen.
Yeah.
So that'll do it for us for game 1 here at Connervale Park. A victory for the Humber Hawks by a score of 5-2 over the Mohawk Mountaineers. We'll be right back shortly with game 2 action here on HSN. For Adam Lucier and my partner, Brendan Nichols, thanks for tuning in.